Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you just landed here, do me a favor, smash the like button and smash the subscribe button. Hey, today I wanted to go over the last video I saw with Jeremiah Babe. And you know, he's probably gonna call me a troll, but I'm going to bring more people back down to reality. So the first part of his video, he was talking about the $600 the IRS is going to be checking into in everybody's banks. For the most part, I've actually dealt with the IRS before, and they can go snoop around anybody's bank. They really don't need anybody's permission. They know how much is going in and out of all these banks, but now they're just going to discuss it. So he was mentioning about the $600 that's going into one bank to another bank, and if it's the same account holder, they're gonna know about it. They want the banks to inform other people. The reason I think, in my opinion, this is coming about is because of the gig economy. There's a lot of people out there, they're doing gig economies, they're on OnlyFans, for example, and they're making some money, and they're not reporting it to the IRS. And they're also doing other types of gig stuff, and they're not reporting to the IRS. So for example, you know, some people get on YouTube, all this money and stuff from YouTube, maybe they're not reporting that. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure Google's sending IRS here is what we paid them. But some of these other places are probably not doing that. So now the IRS is going to want to snoop around, so you can't really blame them for that. I mean, it sucks that that's going to happen, but if you got things to hide, then you got things to worry about. That's the way I look at it. Also too, there's a way you can mitigate your taxes. You know, you have to come up with a strategy for that so you can lower your taxes. And one of the first things you gotta be doing is open up yourself a business account. If you're running these gig economy type deals and you're just running through your personal account, you are really going to get nailed. So that's my opinion about it. There's things that you can do to mitigate that. Do I think this is a problem? Yes, I do think it's a problem, but you have to just realize that, hey, plan accordingly. Just plan accordingly. I just don't like all the negative stuff that's coming out of JB here. So I'm gonna show it to you right here what I'm talking about. Take a look.
Declares IRS will monitor transactions of all U.S. accounts over $600. This is being proposed right now. We talk about banks. Is it safe to keep all your money in a bank? Absolutely not.
All right, folks, you watched that clip. Okay, I'm going to give my take on that. Do I think that's a big deal? Yes, I do. But there's ways to be around that. If you have something to hide, then you're gonna have problems. So there's things you can do, like open up your own business account and start mitigating situations. You can also move too if you need be. Like say if you're in California or something like that, I would definitely be making plans to move out of there. Okay, on the next one, now he's talking about the inflation, rising prices. That's going on too. Rising prices are going on. What can you do to mitigate that? Well, hey, he talks about becoming your own central bank and he wants you to buy gold and silver. I recommend that you should probably have a little bit of holdings in gold and silver, but you should also look into other things too. One, you should be looking into what do you need to do to get yourself performing an asset like a business, and also look into cryptos and decentralized finance. That's what I would recommend highly you should be doing. So here is a clip right here.
Massive inflation. I think this is going to be one of the worst holiday seasons financially that we've seen in a very, very long time. More insanity on the way, ladies and gentlemen, so be very, very...
Okay, folks, and I'm going to go over to another clip on his video talking about getting yourself out of the fiat currency and buying gold and silver. Of course, he's going to push that. He's talking about me. Maybe I'm a troll. Maybe he thinks I'm a troll. I'm just trying to bring people back down to a little bit of reality. Is the US dollar fiat currency? Yeah, we can all agree with that. Is it going to be devalued over a more period of time? Yes, it is. It's going to get devalued. You're going to see prices of goods and services go up, and the dollar's just going to get weaker. That's part of the plan with the central banking system we have here in the United States. And there's not much you can do about that, except creating your own country and not having a central bank, for example. Okay, so what can you do to mitigate that? You need to get yourself into a business. Let's go back to the basics. Open yourself a business and get yourself where you are not dependent on all these other things. Get yourself a business, get yourself a foundation into a business where you're selling and buying or goods and services to generate revenue. That's basically what businesses is, buying and selling goods to generate yourself revenue. There's other things to look into too. Does he mention gold and silver? Maybe a little bit of that. Yeah, I agree with that. And then how about looking at a little bit of cryptos and DeFi? That's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing a deep dive in the next couple weeks. Here's the video. I want to show you what he's going over. Boom, right here.
Prepared. This may be a good time to take some of this monopoly money that we call US dollar bills and start buying essentials, start buying supplies, start buying assets. Maybe a good time to buy a little gold.
Yeah. All right, folks, here's another section of the video that I wanted to go over, and here it is right here.
Back to work. We'd rather just keep everybody at home on the dole. This is like a slave, right? Just give people enough to stay at home.
And you see, he's talking about inflation eating after wages. See, one of the things that's going on here too, that he's not making a recommendation and he's really not stressing upon, that which I don't like. He wants you to go buy gold and silver, and he's like, play the game. Oh, you're a troll or something like that. SD Bullion, click on my link and all this other things. Which, look, again, I'm going to say it. I don't have any issues with that if you're trying to hustle and make a little bit of money. But here's the deal: you got to learn how to become a business owner, owning your own business where you're buying and selling goods to generate a little bit of money and put it into your pocket. If it starts small and then you grow it from there, you have to do that. The issue right now with the economy in the United States is we're sending a slew of people to go to elementary school, middle school, high school, and then we push them off into college to wind up to go work a job that is going to pay them between, I don't know, 35 and maybe 75, 85, maybe even over $100,000 if you live in New York or something like that. So that's really the situation, is that I'm trying to get people to realize, and only 20% and less, more like 10% of you will actually take that chance and go out there and make something of yourself, where you need to open a business, you need to maybe start looking at a little gold and silver, and also looking into cryptos and decentralized finance, and seeing how you can get yourself established and build yourself a foundation where you have multiple streams or other streams of revenue coming in for yourself. That's really, really what's important. I don't have any affiliate links down below for you to click on that I'm making money off you. I'm doing this because I'm just trying to get people, hey, start thinking about these things. Hey, what can I do? Or is your back gonna be backed up against a wall at times? Absolutely. Learn to deal with it. Forget the safe spaces. Learn to deal with it when you're under stress, your back is up against the wall. That's the important thing. That happens to all these guys that you might watch that's made a bunch of money in whatever industry you want to talk about. Those guys' backs were up against the wall and they had to deal with it. You got to do that you have to do that yourself. And when you go to elementary school and middle school and then high school with helicopter parents, and then you go off to college and you have safe spaces, that's what happens. People get drowned and they don't know how to deal with certain situations, particularly the men nowadays. It's pretty much a shame. I wish things would change and men would just start standing up and saying, hey, screw this. But once you start getting into that environment where, hey, you got the pressures on, you get your back put up against the wall, you start learning how to deal with some of this stuff, and actually makes you, one, a better person. It should make you a better person, and how to go out and actually deal with stuff and make money. Some of the best people to learn from are the people that were broke before, maybe even more than once. They're broke and they made something of themselves. Those are the best people that I found in my life, are the people that you really want to pay attention to. There's people that had silver platters and they talk about their PhDs and college education stuff. I don't even listen to them anymore. If they're going to come to me and come off and say, oh, I got an education, I really don't care. I really don't care. Most of these people got worthless education. One guy meant he had a degree in psychology. What are you doing with that? He's like, nothing. I said, yeah, it's a worthless piece of paper, isn't it? He agreed with me. I was like, yeah, it's worthless. I can't do anything with it. And here's what it is. At the end of the day, there's always going to be opportunities. You're going to have the majority of people that are going to go right along with the rest of the crowd and get drowned in this pretty crappy economy. And then you have other people that are going to look for those opportunities and rise to the top. I plan on being one of those people that are going to not be drowned, but rise up to the top. Are these going to be difficult times right now? Yes, we're going to have probably some difficult times. If you want to prepare yourself accordingly, start thinking of all the opportunities. There's goods and services are going to be bought and sold. And if that's going to be happening, then you're going to have an opportunity to make yourself a living or make a little bit of money. I am just tired of those channels putting out so much negativity and basically revamping people's mind to look at everything in such a negative way. I'm not saying to be unrealistic. You want to keep yourself grounded in reality, but at the end of the day, if you keep watching stuff over and over that's negative in a manner, it's going to affect you. So be careful watching. I did a video on it, on calamity content over and over again. It will affect you. So make sure that the situation that we have with our economy is kind of dire, but there's going to be opportunities. It's not going to just disappear and we're going into a Mad Max scenario. I don't see that happening. No time in the near future. We're going to have goods and services be bought and sold. You just have to be aware that inflation is going to be going up. There's going to be wages that are going to be suppressed. So if you want to work a job at Walmart and try to make a living, it's going to get even more difficult. Those same people like that, if you're a person who's watching those channels and you're just going to a service sector job and working at Walmart, start thinking of things. You can go into business. That's one of the United States still has the opportunity for anybody and their brother to be able to open up a business and go out there and do something of themselves. So keep spirits up, folks. If you made it all the way to the end, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And don't forget, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.